He slammed his fist on the table. Forks rattled. You're selfish. Your sister is better than you. My wine glass caught the light as I raised it. I smiled, calm, calculated. Good, I said, turning to her. Then I'm done paying her rent. Silence fell like a guillotine. Dad's mouth parted. A breath caught mid-sized syllable. He thought he was the executioner. He was wrong because in that silence he realized what I meant and who took his place. 3 years ago, he left a suitcase by the door. A woman half his age waiting in the driveway. No goodbye to me. Just a pat on Claire's head and the words, "You'll take care of them now, won't you?" He meant her, Claire, his golden girl. She cried crocodile tears. I held her, paid her tuition, covered rent, grocery money, phone bills. Just until you get on your feet, she'd say she never did. I didn't mind at first. Dad didn't visit, didn't call, didn't send a cent. Still, he had the gall to talk about duty like I invented it. Mom crumbled. I buried her 6 months later. Lung cancer. No one saw it coming except me. I saw the coughing, the weight loss. I took her to every appointment. Claire showed up to the funeral late, drunk on grief she hadn't earned. After that, something shifted. It started watching. Claire had patterns, every lie has them. She was always just short on rent, but she always had new clothes, expensive ones, vacations, top places she never posted about, always with friends. But the math never added up. One night, I followed the numbers, my bank statements, her Venmo history, traced money from me to her, then from her to a name I hadn't seen in years. He wasn't just gone, he was taken from meth through her. The old man needed a place to stay after his trophy wife kicked him out. Claire offered mine without asking. They sold the lie as her struggling with bills. She used my money to keep him afloat. Her words, her fake tears, hissolence. It was a con job. Tag team betrayal. And I funded it. I didn't confront her, not then. That would have been mercy. Instead, I watched, played the part, kept paying, let her think she'd won, that I was stupid. That's the thing about betrayal. They always mistake kindness for weakness. I waited 3 months. Then I started pulling threads. I called the landlord of the apartment, introduced myself as the sole leaseholder because I was. Asked for Amanor update to the agreement. Just a line? No subleading allowed. He agreed. 2 weeks later, I installed a ring camera in the hallway. She didn't notice. The footage told me what I needed. He was staying there. Still smug, still mooching, still king of nothing. So I gave them time and then I yanked it all. Dinner was the setup. I cooked lasagna garlic bread, Claire's favorite, invited them both. Dad, freshly evicted from wherever he'd last leached off, and Claire, acting like nothing had changed, they came. They always do when there's free food and someone else is footing the bill. We sat, ate, laughed. Well, they laughed. Then he started in. You're always working. No time for family. Claire shows up. Claire cares. He raised his glass like a judge. She's better than you. That's when I smiled. Good, I said. Then I'm done paying her rent. The words didn't land. Not immediately, but then his face palled. Her eyes widened. You what? I set my fork down. You heard me. I've canceled the payments. I've also terminated the lease. The landlord was very understanding. Claire shot up. You can't do that. I did. Dad's voice cracked. Where are we supposed to go? That was the moment when he said we. He hadn't realized he confessed. I looked at him. Not as a father, just as a man. You're not my responsibility. He stood. You ungrateful little sit down, I said. Voice low. And he did. I'd already transferred my savings, closed the shared bank account she didn't know I knew she was using. Frozy card I'd given her. Rerouted every financial tie she had to me and cut it clean. No money, no apartment, no backup plan. And I made sure her name was on the lease violations too. Smart girl. Signing everything I put in front of her. She'll get the eviction notice by morning. She stared at me across the table like I'd gutted her. And in a way I had, not physically, but I took away the illusion. The free ride was over. They left together, storming out, shouting threats they couldn't cash. I cleared the plates, poured another glass of wine, sat in the quiet. Revenge isn't loud. It's not screaming or slamming doors. It's silent, sharp, surgical. It's watching someone who underestimated you finally understand what you were capable of all along. I didn't need toil. I didn't need to fight. I just needed to stop giving. And that broke at them. He left us once. I made sure this time I was the one who left him and I didn't even have to move an inch.